My fiancée got arrested after partying in LA and demanded I Venmo her $3,000 at 2 a.m., so I ended the engagement. Reddit stories. One night of chaos exposed the lies, the debt, and the entitlement she'd been hiding behind designer labels. When she realized I wasn't going to bail her out, the fallout spiraled into a public meltdown that made our breakup inevitable. Hi, I'm Isaac, 32, and my entire engagement detonated at 2 a.m. On a Sunday morning when my fiancée called from a nightclub in Los Angeles shrieking that security was holding her hostage until I Venmoed her $3,000. Not, "Hi babe." Not, "I'm scared." Not even a polite, "Please. Just send me $3,000 right now or they'll arrest me." And that was the moment I realized two things. My fiancée had the financial self-control of a malfunctioning slot machine. I was absolutely, undeniably done. But let me back up before we get to the sheriff. Vicky and I had been together for almost 2 years, engaged for 7 months, and in all that time I'd never seen her act like money was something that needed to be earned. She came from old money and spent like her last name printed on a bank vault. Designer clothes, overpriced PR girl lifestyle, friends who used Amex Black cards like Pokemon cards. They played a game I couldn't afford and didn't want to. Still, I thought I could keep us grounded. Thought we were building something real. Then she planned a bachelorette trip to LA with her mean girl entourage, a group of finance wives who treated Vicky like the charity case of their friend circle. I told her I wasn't paying for the trip. She said her dad was covering it. Spoiler, he wasn't. So when my phone lit up at 2 a.m. with, "Venmo me $3,000 now. Card declined. Security has US." I responded with the calm, composed maturity of a man who finally grew a spine. "Call your daddy." Then I turned my phone off and went back to sleep like a baby who just quit a toxic relationship in his dreams. The voicemail I woke up to from the LA County Sheriff's Department? Oh, that was just the beginning. When I woke up around 9 a.m., sunlight streaming through my blinds like nothing dramatic had occurred overnight, I grabbed my phone, and it nearly vibrated off the nightstand from the number of missed calls. 43 from Vicky. 10 from unknown LA numbers. 3 from her friends. 1 from my sister Raven, who never calls early unless someone died or someone is about to. Then came the voicemail from the sheriff. A calm male voice said, "Mr. Whittam, this is Deputy Lopez with the LA County Sheriff's West Hollywood Station. We have your fiancée, Vicky Bryant, in custody. She requested we contact you." I swear I replayed that sentence 5 times just to savor it. My fiancée. In custody. Because she tried to party like a Kardashian on a budget designed for a substitute teacher. Let's rewind to how she ended up in handcuffs. According to the police timeline, and the 87 text messages she sent before I blocked the meltdown, here's what happened. The girls hit a celebrity club in West Hollywood. Ordered bottle service. VIP table. The kind of nonsense that costs more than my monthly truck payment. They racked up an $11,000 tab in a single night. When the bill came, every card declined like it was a coordinated protest. Vicky's declined. Her backup card declined. Her emergency card also declined. Her friends' cards maxed out, frozen, or mysteriously not working. The club's security took their IDs and told them flat out, "Nobody leaves until this bill is paid." That's when Vicky decided the logical solution wasn't calling her parents, or accepting responsibility, or maybe not buying 6 bottles of premium champagne she can't pronounce. No. Her solution was to wake me up at 2 a.m. and try to financially mug me through my phone. But here's the thing. She'd lied about her dad paying for the trip. She'd lied about her spending before. She'd lied about being responsible enough to handle money at all. So when she said, "Send me $3,000 or they'll arrest me," all I heard was, "Hey babe, remember all those red flags? Here's a neon one." I silenced my phone. Rolled over. Went back to sleep with the divine peace of a man who had finally stopped negotiating with delusion. And while I slept like a blessed infant, Vicky escalated from, "Please, baby, I need help," to, "Answer me or I'm done with you forever," to something that apparently involved throwing a glass at a bouncer. Because according to the deputy, she didn't just get detained. She resisted arrest. My girl went full Real Housewives in the middle of West Hollywood. And now she was calling me from county jail expecting me to swoop in like a financially responsible Batman. Instead, when the deputy asked if I'd post bail, I said, "No, officer. She'll need to call her family." And the quiet pause he gave me? Pure respect. By noon that same day, Vicky was out on bail, not because of me, but because her dad finally answered the call she didn't want to make. And oh, he was furious. Not at the club. Not at the sheriff. Not even at me. At her. Because while she'd been telling me for 2 years that her family cut her off for being independent, what she didn't mention was they cut her off because she'd blown through $60,000 of their money in under a year, and then lied about it. So when she called crying from county lockup, begging him to bail her out, he apparently said something along the lines of, "Congratulations, you've recreated the exact behavior that made us cut you off in the first place." She got bailed out anyway, but not with sympathy, more like the way you'd bail out a problematic dog that escaped the yard again. Meanwhile, I spent the day packing. Not my stuff. Hers. Every sweater, every designer shoe, every overpriced makeup bag, every item she'd sprinkled into my apartment like glitter from a broken piñata, I boxed it up. I labeled it. Photographed it. Organized it. Because I'd already made my decision. I was done. Engagement over. I left the ring box on the counter next to a printed note. Return the ring. The engagement is terminated. At 4 p.m., my phone finally buzzed again, this time from a number I recognized, her dad. His voice was low and exhausted. "Isaac, I assume you've heard." "Yes, sir." Another long pause. "Do you plan to stay with her after this?" "No, sir. I don't." I could practically hear him nodding. "I can't blame you." And then the man said something I'll never forget. "You've been carrying someone who refuses to walk." Set her down. That night at 7:18 p.m., Vicky finally showed up at my place. Not glamorous. Not confident. Not the perfectly curated PR princess. She looked wrecked. Eyes puffy. Hair frizzy. Makeup smeared. She walked in, saw the boxes, and just froze. "What is this?" "It's your stuff." Her voice cracked. "Isaac, please. I made a mistake." "You made many mistakes." Tears started. The trembling lip. The shaking hands. "Baby, I was scared. I didn't know what else to do. Not my emergency. Not my debt. Not my consequences." She stepped closer. "You're my fiancé. You're supposed to help me." "No. A fiancé is a partner. Not a bailout program." She tried another approach, anger. "You're really ending this over one night?" "One night?" I laughed. "This was the night you finally ran out of credit cards, lies, and excuses." She broke. Fully. Ugly crying. Hyperventilating. Collapsing onto the floor like gravity doubled. But here's the midpoint twist. I didn't comfort her. Because somewhere between her trying to emotionally blackmail me at 2 a.m. and her fighting club security guards like a feral raccoon, my empathy tapped out. "You can pick up your boxes tomorrow," I said, opening the door. She looked up at me with absolute disbelief. "You're choosing to lose me?" "No," I said. "I'm choosing to stop losing myself." And I walked back into my apartment and closed the door behind me. Vicky didn't leave right away. Oh no. She stayed outside my door for a solid 26 minutes, cycling through every stage of emotional negotiation like she was speedrunning a breakup video game. First came sorrows of the Victorian maiden. "Isaac, please. I can't breathe. I need you." Then rage of the discount Kardashian. You're heartless. You left me in jail. Do you know how humiliating that was? Then manipulation level 3000. If you walk away right now, I swear you'll regret it. No one will ever love you like I did. Then, my personal favorite. Delusional plot twist mode. You owe me. I invested 2 years in you. Invested. Like I was a stock that underperformed. Eventually, she left. Not because she accepted anything, because her dad called her home. And I'd heard enough yelling on her end of that phone call to know he wasn't picking her up for a warm family hug. The next morning, she returned for the boxes. But not alone. She brought her entire friend group, Allison, Courtney, Megan, and Paige. The mean girls of Beverly Hills. 4 women in designer sunglasses, arms crossed, standing on my driveway at 10 a.m., like they were serving a subpoena. Vicky stood behind them like a fallen queen with her court. Courtney spoke first. So, you're really doing this? Yes. Allison scoffed loud enough to startle the neighbor's dog. Wow. You're seriously dumping her because she needed help one time? One time? I unlocked my phone and showed them the folder labeled Vicky Financial Disasters. Dozens of screenshots. Credit card declines. Overdraft notifications. Venmo requests. Receipts from overpriced restaurants. Texts like, "Can you spot me $300 until payday?" That became, "Can you spot me $1,200 until payday?" Allison blinked. Oh. Vicky hissed. Isaac, seriously? As if I had committed a crime by documenting her entire symphony of financial chaos. But the real show started when Paige noticed something taped to one of the boxes. A printed breakdown of the LA Club bill with Vicky's and her friends' signatures on the tab. Paige's voice went sharp. Hold up, why is my name on this? Vicky swallowed. Because you were there? No, why is my card listed as attempted payment? I didn't authorize that. Silence. Cold, frosty silence. Then Courtney. Did you use our cards? Vicky flinched. Only because I thought they would go through. We all agreed. No. Megan snapped. You agreed. We didn't. The friend group started turning on her like a pack of wolves who suddenly smelled unpaid debt. So that's why my husband got a fraud alert. Are you kidding me, Vicky? You tried to use my credit card. Vicky backed up against her own boxes. No, guys. It was a misunderstanding. Paige's face twisted. You're unbelievable. Then, the moment I didn't expect. Paige turned to me. Isaac, honestly? Run. I nodded. I'm already gone. Vicky let out a sob so dramatic it belonged in an Oscars montage. You're all against me. All of you. But her friends had already stepped back, literally stepped away, leaving Vicky alone in the center of my driveway with 4 boxes and 0 allies. She tried a last-second Hail Mary. Isaac. I can change. You had 2 years to change. Well, Courtney muttered. This was educational. They loaded her boxes into a trunk and left. And as their car pulled away, Vicky twisted around to look at me through the window. Rage, heartbreak, disbelief. The perfect cocktail of someone realizing that the safety net they took for granted had been cut loose. But here's the real punchline. 10 minutes later, my sister Raven texted me. Don't open Instagram. Call me. Which meant only one thing. Vicky was about to take this meltdown public. Raven wasn't being dramatic. Vicky had gone full public crisis mode. Before I even opened Instagram, Raven called me, speaking at the pace of a lit-up auctioneer. Isaac. Brace yourself. She's doing a Notes app confession. I froze. No one survives a Notes app confession. I opened Instagram. There it was. A white screen. Black text. Dramatic spacing. A tragic font size of 17. Her statement began with, I've been deeply betrayed by someone I trusted with my whole heart. Ah. Classic. Then, He abandoned me in a dangerous situation and left me to be arrested. Not a word about the $11,000 club bill. Then, I have been emotionally manipulated for years, and I finally see the truth. I nearly choked on my cereal. She finished with, I'm focusing on healing. Please respect my privacy during this difficult time. Posted alongside a photo of her looking sad in soft lighting with mascara deliberately smudged. Within minutes, comments started rolling in. Men are trash. You deserve better. What kind of monster abandons his fiancée in jail? Raven texted. Told you. Don't post anything yet. Let the storm get loud. I didn't have to. Because the universe has a sense of humor. And her friend group? They had no loyalty left in the tank. Paige struck first. She commented. You didn't mention trying to use our credit cards without permission. Oh, it was beautiful. Then Megan. You literally got arrested for fighting club security. Stop playing victim. Then Allison. Girl. You spent $1,800 on sushi before the club. We told you to stop. Courtney. The meanest one. Delivered the fatal blow. You told us Isaac had already sent you money. You lied about that too. The comment section imploded. People were replying, arguing, demanding receipts, calling her out for misleading everyone. Then someone found her Venmo public feed. Screenshots of her paying for luxury rentals, bottle service, designer shopping. One person commented, This you? Another, How does a manipulated victim spend more in 48 hours than I make in a month? An influencer even stitched it in her story, saying, Ladies, this is why you don't pretend to be rich. Within 2 hours, Vicky limited comments. Then turned off comments entirely. Then deleted the post. Then reposted a new one. I'm taking a break from social media to focus on growth and healing. Translation: retreating before more evidence leaks. My phone buzzed. It was Ree. You're trending in her friend circle, bro. Half of them want to apologize to you. I laughed so hard my stomach hurt. Then things escalated. Because Vicky couldn't stand losing control of the narrative. So she tried one more angle. She texted me from an unknown number. We need to talk in person. I deserve closure. I replied. You got closure. You just didn't like it. 2 minutes later, another text. If you don't talk to me, I'll come to your place. Ree, who was with me, said, Great. Let her come. I'll make popcorn. But before she could arrive, someone unexpected beat her to it. Her father. The same man she claimed had paid for her LA trip. He showed up on my doorstep wearing a suit worth more than my car. Isaac, he said, we need to discuss my daughter. I crossed my arms. Your daughter is no longer my problem. He sighed like a man who had been sighing since the day she was born. You're right. She's out of control. We thought moving home would help. It hasn't. Then he said something that honestly stunned me. She's drowning in debt. You probably know more than we do at this point. I'm trying to salvage what I can before she ruins her entire life. He rubbed his temples like they were in physical pain. He added, And she's been telling people you trapped her financially. I laughed. Loudly. Sir, your daughter tried to use 4 of her friends' credit cards at a nightclub. He winced. That sounds accurate. Then he lowered his voice. Did she actually get arrested? Yes. For fighting law enforcement? Yes. He closed his eyes. I was afraid of that. Then he straightened. Isaac, I'm here for one reason, convince her that the engagement is over. Permanently. She keeps insisting she can fix this. It is over. Permanently. He exhaled. Good. I'll tell her. But brace yourself. She doesn't handle rejection well. That was the understatement of the century. Because 20 minutes later Vicky showed up anyway. And she was not calm. Vicky didn't knock this time. She pounded on the door like she was trying to break in with pure emotion. Isaac! Open the door! I know you're in there. Ree peeked through the blinds. Oh yeah, he whispered. She's reached the I will not be ignored phase. I opened the door 2 inches, enough to speak but not enough for her to force her way in. She looked wrecked. Like someone who'd slept 3 hours in 3 days and fought a raccoon on her way over. Why are you here? I asked plainly. We need to talk. Now. No, Vicky. We don't. That set her off instantly. You talked to my parents. They talked to me. Well, you shouldn't have said anything. They're freaking out, Isaac. They're threatening to put me on financial restrictions again. Probably a good idea. She shoved the door wider, trying to step inside. I blocked her with one arm. Vicky. Stop. Don't tell me to stop. I am losing everything because of you. Because of me? I raised an eyebrow. Your actions did this. She jabbed a finger at my chest. No. You abandoned me. You humiliated me. You let me sit in jail while everyone watched. Ree leaned against the doorway behind me. You also sat in jail because you fought cops. He added helpfully. Shut up, Ree. He saluted. Aye, Your Highness. She snapped back to me. I just need you to help me. Maybe we can work this out. Maybe we can. She swallowed, wiped her face, and softened her voice dramatically. We were supposed to get married, Isaac. That landed with all the emotional weight of a wet napkin. Vicky, I said calmly, marriage requires trust. You hid debt. You lied about your parents paying. You maxed out cards. You tried to use your friends' cards without permission. You got arrested. You blamed me for all of it. I was stressed. She yelled. Do you know what it's like being compared to rich women constantly? I have to keep up. No, you chose to keep up. You don't understand what it's like. Raven, who had just walked up the driveway with iced coffee in hand, chimed in. We understand perfectly. You tried to live a champagne life on a tap water budget. Vicky spun around. Oh great. The lawyer's sister. You always hated me. I didn't hate you, Raven said. I hated your financial literacy level, which was clinically alarming. She's exaggerating, Vicky muttered. She is not, Ree whispered to me. Vicky snapped again. Isaac, please. Just give me one chance. We can go to counseling. We can fix everything. My parents will help. I'll stop hanging out with those girls. I'll budget. I'll change. I swear. It was the most desperate pitch I'd ever heard. Even Ree went quiet. Even Raven softened a tiny bit. But I didn't. No, I said. She blinked hard. What? No, Vicky. There's no us anymore. I'm done. Her expression cracked like glass. You can't just throw away 2 years because of one mistake. Not one, I said. Hundreds. She shook her head violently. I don't accept that. You don't have to. It's still over. Her breathing got shaky, face splotchy, eyes wild. This is your fault, she whispered. All of it. You ruined my life. No, Raven said gently. He just stopped paying for it. That pushed Vicky over the edge. She shoved the door, trying to force her way in. But Ree stepped forward, casual, calm, immovable. Nope. We're not doing that. He held the door firmly, and she couldn't push past him. Get out of my way! Love to, Ree said. But you're acting like a raccoon in a dumpster, and we can't let that inside. She screamed, full, frustrated, guttural, and kicked the bottom of the door. Then, she broke. Collapsed on the step, sobbing into her hands, mascara streaking like melting war paint. I have nothing left, she choked out. My friends hate me. My parents don't trust me. I lost my job. I'm drowning in debt. I don't know what to do. The truth is, I felt a flicker of sympathy. But sympathy isn't a reason to stay with someone. You need help, I said softly. Not from me. From professionals. From your family. From people who can guide you. She looked up, eyes tiny and devastated. But I need you. No, I said. You needed someone to fund your lifestyle. I'm not that person. She sat there shaking, defeated, staring at the ground. Then, after a long moment, she got up without a word. Walked to her car. Slipped in. Pulled away slowly. Didn't look back. Re-exhaled. That was a lot. Raven sipped her iced coffee. She's going to implode online in approximately 3 hours. She was wrong. It took 2. And the meltdown that followed? Made the club arrest look like a warm-up act. Raven was only off by about 90 minutes. At 3:14 p.m. Vicky absolutely detonated on social media. Not a soft meltdown. A Category 5 emotional hurricane ripping through Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook simultaneously. First came the crying selfie video. Red eyes. Blotchy cheeks. Shaky voice. Tragic lighting angle. Hi guys. I just want to talk about something really important. Raven texted me immediately. She's doing a public pity tour. Get popcorn. The video continued. My fiancé abandoned me during my hardest moment. I was arrested. I was traumatized, and he didn't even care. She sniffled dramatically. He left me alone in the world and now I have nothing. Ree, watching it with me on the couch, said, She's acting like you dropped her off at a wolf sanctuary. Then came the second video. Angrier. Less crying. More eyeliner rage. He ruined my life. He took back the ring. He turned my own friends against me. He's refusing to help me when I literally have nothing left. Then she posted a third video. Now fully hysterical. And now my parents want to put me on a financial plan. I'm 29. I don't need a financial plan. I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. Ree spit out his drink laughing. No. No, she does not. Then, the piece de resistance. She posted a screenshot of my house. Caption. This is where the man who abandoned me lives. Pray for him. Oh nope. Instant line crossed. Raven called me instantly. She posted your address. Your actual house. Take it down now. I didn't even have to. Because her followers, who were already torn between sympathy and skepticism, began shredding her instantly. Comments flooded in. You can't dox your ex because he won't pay your bills. Girl, this makes you look unhinged. This isn't a prayer request, this is a restraining order request. Imagine committing financial arson and then blaming the fire department. Delete this before a lawyer sees it. Raven. A lawyer has seen it. I'm sending her a cease and desist. And she meant it. She drafted one within 20 minutes. Sent it to Vicky's email. Send it to her parents. Send it to the boutique PR firm that had just fired her. By 5 p.m. Vicky deleted every post. And then the real breaking point hit. Her friends turned on her. Hard. Courtney posted on her own story. Please stop messaging me about Vicky. We aren't friends anymore. Then Paige. Some people need to hit rock bottom before they stop digging. Then Megan, freaking Megan, posted a meme of a dumpster fire with my week in review. And then Allison, the original Queen Bee, posted this. If you can't afford the life, don't lie about the price. The comments were brutal. People dug up old pics from the LA trip. Compared her selfies to the arrest records someone had leaked online. Someone did a full breakdown of the club bill item by item. Another person posted a TikTok reenactment of Vicky yelling at security. Ree showed me one where a girl played Vicky in the club screaming. My fiancé will pay for this. He loves me. Then a cut to a guy sleeping peacefully in bed. It had 500,000 views. By 9 p.m., Vicky wiped her accounts entirely. Deleted Instagram. Deleted TikTok. Set Facebook to private. Radio silence. For 24 hours. Then Monday morning. I got the final text. Not angry. Not hysterical. Not manipulative. Just 5 words. I'm checking into rehab. Goodbye. I read it twice. Ree said nothing. Raven raised her eyebrows. We all just sat there for a moment in stunned quiet. Because for the first time since her arrest, Vicky had said something honest. And then I blocked her. Not out of cruelty. Out of necessity. Her journey wasn't mine anymore. And mine was about to get a lot better. Because what happened at the end of this whole disaster, even I didn't see coming. 3 weeks of silence had me thinking the universe finally gave me mercy. No dramatic doorstep confrontations. No burner phone calls. No Instagram monologues about her emotional rebirth. Just peace. Until the morning everything shifted. I was in line at my usual coffee shop, a small place that looks like it was decorated by someone who's passionate about coffee beans and violently opposed to chairs. Half the seating was wooden cubes designed by someone who hates lower backs. I was waiting for my iced latte when someone behind me said, "Rough month?" I turned. And immediately forgot how to speak English. She was gorgeous, not flashy, not performing, not wearing a $500 outfit to get a $5 drink. Just natural. Soft smile, messy bun, jeans, sweatshirt, laptop bag. Beautiful in the way that doesn't need attention to be noticed. She nodded at my face. "You look like a man who either just got divorced or just beat a video game that took way too long." I huffed a laugh. Engagement ended, actually. She winced sympathetically. "Oof. Sorry. You have the emotional posture of someone who's been through a blender." Yeah? Accurate enough. She extended a hand. "I'm Theo." I shook it. "Isaac." She smiled, warm, not forced, not calculating. "Well, Isaac, congratulations on surviving, whatever that was." I chuckled. "You have no idea." "Oh, I think I might," she said. "My ex once asked me if he could use my credit score to buy a jet ski." I blinked. "Without telling me, obviously," she added. "Okay, that's impressively bad." "Yeah. So trust me, I get chaos." Our coffees came up. We stood awkwardly for a second, that little crossroads moment where you either walk away or choose something. She lifted her cup in a mock toast. "To healthier choices and men who don't co-sign jet skis." I clinked mine against hers. "To women who don't hide 14 grand of debt under the bathroom sink." She burst out laughing. "A man with trauma. I respect it." We talked for a few more minutes, casual, light, absolutely nothing like the emotional hostage negotiations I'd become accustomed to. Then she glanced at the time. "Okay, I have to go teach a class." "But—" She hesitated, then scribbled her number on the sleeve of my cup. "Call me. Or don't. Either way, you seem like someone who deserves a calm season." She waved and left. I sat down, on one of the wooden torture cubes, staring at her number like it might dissolve if I blinked too hard. Retexted me right then. "You alive?" I took a picture of the cup. Sent it to him. He replied instantly. Bro, do not screw this up. This is character development." Raven texted next. "If she asks for $3,000 at 2 a.m., block her. Otherwise, proceed." For the first time in months, I felt something that didn't resemble stress, dread, or the financial version of PTSD. Interest. Hope. Curiosity. A maybe. But life wasn't done surprising me yet. Because 2 days later, someone showed up at my door. Not Vicky. Not her dad. Not her friends. Someone I hadn't seen coming at all. It was Wednesday evening, around 7 p.m. Dark out, raining lightly, the kind of weather where nobody knocks on a door unless something is wrong. Ree was on my couch eating chips like a raccoon with Wi-Fi. We were debating whether to order wings or just accept that chips counted as dinner. Then, a knock. Not frantic. Not aggressive. Just steady. Ree froze mid-crunch. Bro. That's a plot twist knock. I checked the camera feed. And I swear my brain short-circuited. It wasn't Vicky. Wasn't her parents. Wasn't any of the plastics from her friend group. It was her younger brother Ben. A guy I'd spoken maybe 10 sentences to in 2 years. Out of all possible humans, he was the last one I expected to see. He looked soaked, nervous, and awkward, like someone sent on a mission he wasn't qualified for. I opened the door. Ben? You okay? He shoved his hands in his pockets, shoulders hunched. Hey. Sorry to just show up. Can I talk to you? Ree whispered behind me. Let him in. This feels like lore. I stepped aside. Ben walked in cautiously, like the air might explode if he breathed too hard. He didn't sit. Just stood there dripping on my welcome mat. Look, he said. I'm not here to cause trouble. I needed to say something. I nodded. He took a shaky breath. Vicky's not doing good. Like really not good. I stayed silent, not cold, just cautious. He continued. My parents put her in an outpatient center. Money management, impulse control, addiction counseling, all that stuff. She's been completely cut off financially until she proves she can handle her own life. Raven would have said, about time. Ben swallowed. She's mad at everyone. Blaming everyone. But the other night, she finally admitted something. He looked up. She said you were right? I blinked. That was new. She said she spent the last 3 months trying to impress people who didn't care about her. And she knew she was draining you dry. She just thought she could keep up if she pretended hard enough. I rubbed my jaw. Ben wasn't defending her. He wasn't excusing her. He was just telling the truth. He took another breath. She asked me to tell you something, but she said she didn't deserve to say it herself. I waited. Ben's voice cracked slightly. She said she's sorry? The room went quiet. No background music. No dramatic thunder. Just a tired guy standing in my doorway delivering the apology his sister couldn't manage face to face. She knows you won't take her back. She's not delusional about that anymore. She just wanted you to know she gets it. Finally. Ree sat up. Oh damn. Character growth? Didn't see that coming. Ben looked at him, confused. Ree waved it off. Ignore me. I do color commentary. Ben turned back to me. I'm not asking anything from you. She's not asking anything. I just figured you deserved to hear it. I nodded slowly. Thanks for telling me. He exhaled like he'd been holding that breath for 3 days. Yeah. Okay. That's all. He turned to leave, but I stopped him. Ben. He looked back. I really hope she gets better. He nodded. Me too. She's not a bad person. Just got lost trying to be someone she isn't. Then he left. The door clicked shut behind him. Ree let out a long, low whistle. Well, that was unexpectedly wholesome. I leaned against the door, processing everything. It didn't change anything. Didn't undo months of chaos. Didn't make me want to rewind the relationship. But it did something small and important. It closed the chapter cleanly. No hanging threads. No open wounds. No unfinished business. Just closure. Real closure. Ree nudged me. So. Wings? Yeah, I said. Let's get wings. But as I grabbed my phone to order, my eyes drifted to the number written on my coffee cup sleeve. Theo. A new chapter waiting. One without chaos. One without screaming at 2 a.m. One without financial fires and emotional warfare. Just possibility. And maybe, finally, peace. By Saturday, the dust had settled enough that Ree insisted we hit a cookout his coworker was hosting. You need normal people energy, he said. Preferably people who don't get arrested for bottle service. Fair point. We showed up around 5 p.m. Small backyard, string lights, a grill that looked like it had seen battle, and a crowd of 20-somethings and 30-somethings talking about completely normal things. Dogs. Sports. Mortgage rates. Not a single meltdown in sight. It felt weirdly nice. Ree wandered off to talk to someone from accounting. I drifted toward the drink table, grabbed a soda, and was scanning for empty chairs when I heard a voice. Isaac? I turned. And froze. Theo stood there, hair in a loose braid, soft green sweater, jeans, hands tucked in her pockets, smiling like we'd known each other for years instead of sharing one chaotic meet-cute on a rooftop. Didn't expect to see you here, she said. Didn't expect to be here, I admitted. She laughed, a warm, quiet laugh, not performative or loud or dramatic. A very un-Vicky laugh. Ree told me you might come, she said. I was hoping he was right. Ree. That traitor. Probably orchestrating this from behind a tree like some scheming matchmaker. I gestured to the cooler. Drink? She nodded. I handed her a sparkling water. We found a couple of chairs near the fire pit. So, she said, settling in, did you ever find out if your ex really fought the bouncer, or was that just King Kong energy in the retelling? Oh, she absolutely fought him. The security report used the phrase wild flailing. Theo snorted into her drink. For the next half hour, we talked. Not heavy stuff. Not trauma dumps. Just life. She told me she was a travel nurse, taking a break between contracts. I told her about my job, my sister Raven, my woodworking hobby. She thought it was cool, not blue-collar embarrassing, like Vicky's friends once implied. She mentioned loving cheesy action movies. I said I judged people based on their stance on pineapple pizza. She replied, it belongs in the trash with hopes and dreams. Sold. Absolutely sold. Then she got quiet for a moment. Can I ask you something? Sure. She studied my face carefully, not judging, just curious. How are you doing? Really doing. Not with pity. Not with sarcasm. Just genuine concern. I thought about it. I'm good, I said honestly. Better than I'd been in a long time. And it's weird because everything blew up, but once the smoke cleared, I could breathe again. She nodded like she understood exactly what I meant. Good, she said softly. You deserve breathing room. We talked until the sun set, until someone lit the fire pit and people toasted marshmallows around us. At one point, Ree wandered by, saw us talking, and shot me the most exaggerated thumbs up in human history. I ignored him. Theo laughed. Eventually, people started packing up. Theo stood, brushing a loose leaf off her sweater. This was nice, she said. Then she hesitated. If you ever want to hang out again, no clubs, no bail money involved, I'd like that. I didn't even try to play it cool. I'd like that too. We exchanged numbers. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I felt excited. Not anxious. Not drained. Not waiting for disaster. Just quietly hopeful. A feeling I barely recognized, but wanted more of. Theo texted me the next morning. Nothing dramatic. Just, coffee later? I found a place that doesn't charge $12 for disappointment. I stared at that message longer than I'd like to admit. Not because of nerves, but because it felt easy. Healthy. New. We met at a small cafe with mismatched mugs and terrible parking. She smiled when I walked in, not a performance, not a test, not a competition. Just a smile meant for me. We talked for hours. Laughed. Shared stories. No chaos. No emotional landmines. No calculating what everything would cost financially or mentally. When we parted, she touched my arm and said, I'm really glad you showed up that night. And I realized I was too. Vicky's implosion didn't ruin my life. It cleared the rubble. What grew in its place was simple. peace, clarity. A second chance I hadn't expected. And maybe, if the timing stays kind, something real with a woman who doesn't need rescuing. Because she can already stand on her own. For the first time in years, I'm looking forward.